Welcome to Beverly Hills Drive. And this is a look south on Jane Street, and that is the busiest highway in North America, Highway 401. And hey there, today is Thursday, March 20th, 2025. The time right now is 1:52 p.m. and the temperature here on the first day of spring is at 10 degrees Celsius. And I am up in a part of town I have yet to cover on this channel. We are in North York. Toronto Fauve. So I'm up here to record a couple of videos. This one is going to go through the North York Sheridan Mall, which is just around the corner from here. But it looks to be a very small shopping mall, so I thought I would record some of the surrounding area before heading through that mall. If you're here just to see the mall, I'll put a timestamp in the description and let you know on screen where you can skip ahead to. Afro-Caribbean foods. Shawarma. There's another Vietnamese restaurant. There's an airplane beginning its descent. It'll be landing in a few minutes at Pearson International Airport. So this is Jane Street, and coming up is Jane and Wilson. And if I were to keep going north, we'd make our way up to Jane and Finch. And I believe this neighborhood is officially the Oakdale Beverly Heights neighborhood. It's got a population around 22,000. So in terms of proximity to downtown, this is northwest of it. There's a really interesting looking stretch of retail just south of here that I've been meaning to cover for quite a while. And as I was messing around on Google Maps, planning my excursion up to this area, I noticed there's a little regional shopping mall up here. I've covered a number of regional shopping malls in Toronto on this channel before, but I haven't done this one. They're always fun to check out. This is Wilson Avenue. So you could go east here. That'll take you to the Little Manila neighborhood at Wilson and Bathurst, or you could keep going east all the way to Yonge Street. That's where York Mills subway station is. A couple of 96 Wilson buses. So I'm going to go in through the entrance to the far west of the mall. I'll probably finish up around where you get out of the Walmart. And if you're used to my Toronto videos, it almost feels like a different world up here. Big, wide, car-centric roads. Not much in the way of urbanism. There's the mall across the street. There's a big Dollarama And No Frills, it's a lower cost grocery store. It looks like the mall has a Food Basics in it. I'm just gonna head up to this next intersection and cross the street into the mall. I think Toronto has something in the range of 19 smaller malls, in addition to the big ones, being Sherway, Yorkdale, Scarborough Town Center, the Eaton Center, of course, and Fairview. Looks like your pretty bog standard strip plaza on the left. There it is, North York Sheridan Mall, not to be confused with the Sheridan Mall in Mississauga. I think that one might have a slightly different name now. I always got confused growing up when people would reference Sheridan Mall and they weren't talking about the one in Mississauga. That's the one near where I grew up. Got a Burger King here. Sunrise. Thought that was a reference to Sunrise Records, but I think it's a Caribbean restaurant actually over at the west side of the mall. This is certainly not a very pedestrian-friendly entrance to the mall. There's not even a sidewalk. Screw you, go play around with the cars, I guess is the intention. I couldn't determine when this mall was built. Online, that information was nowhere to be found. I asked ChatGPT, that suggested sometime in the 60s or 70s. I thought that couldn't be right. Google Gemini said 1990, which seems a little more in line with what it might actually be. And back in 2017, sadly, someone was gunned down in this parking lot. That came up in my searches for info about this mall. How do stop signs work? I don't know. I don't care. There's the stop sign. There we go, North York Sheridan Mall. Let's get a view of that. Potential thumbnail there. There's Coin Laundry, Sunrise Caribbean Restaurant, Braids and Barber Hair Studio. So I think there's something like 70 or so shops and services here. Winners is a major anchor, and I think Walmart is the other one. Well, Food Basics too, if that counts. And we are very much in a small regional mall. I've never been here. I don't think there's much in the way of major chain stores here. Mega children's wear. Fashions for you. Let's head down and take a look at the lower floor. I think the oddest little local or regional mall in Toronto I've covered is the East York Town Centre. There's Winners, one of the anchors. If you're an American viewer, that's basically a Marshall's. It's actually owned by TJ Maxx. Property for lease. Let's explore this lower level. Red Nails Inn. Old school vending machines. Fresh fruit, smoothies, and bubble tea. Well, it is tax season. Sigma Tax. Greek. Japanese. There are a lot of vacant storefronts here. So good. Love that name. Hey, they've got a Toronto Public Library in here. Looks like a very small Toronto Public Library, unless there's an upstairs.
If anyone's interested, we're having a seniors program about eye health in the room. It is generally open for seniors, but that'd be okay if anyone else is curious about eye health.
There we go, they're running an eye health information, maybe seminar, whatever you call it. One of these not a dollar store discount stores. Would you trust a space heater from a store like this for 19 bucks? That place kind of had a toxic plastic smell to it. Got some cheap luggage though. Right next to Catherine handbags and luggage. A lot of these smaller malls have redevelopment proposals for them. Centerpoint Mall is scheduled to be redeveloped. That one seems to be stalling. Cloverdale Mall in Etobicoke also has redevelopment plans. I've done a walkthrough of that mall. Caribbean Cuisine Delights, Busy Bee, Acro Kitchen. traditional breakfast there. All right, let's go check out the top level. There's also Bayview Village Mall, which is quite upscale. It's the polar opposite of this place, I would think. Washrooms, parking lot. More storefronts to lease. There's a jewelry store over there. It looks like it's closed up. Maybe that's by appointment only. There's been a number of smash and grabs at jewelry stores in malls, unfortunately. New Yorker's Fashions. We'll have to check out that other side. Cameo Fashions. Trendy. Let's see this part of what we missed. Hey, there's a Timmy's. There's a store I recognize that might be one of the most well-known brands here, Ardane. Bank of Montreal. I wonder when the last time someone took a ride on that thing was. It's a pretty nice, well-kept mall, all things considered. But we have covered most of it. There's the jewelry store. Looks like extra precautions have been taken. Please knock to enter. Gulliver's Travel. I've bought cheap luggage like that before, and it was good for one trip when I moved to Korea. A lot of the supports on the inside were crumbling after just being loaded on and off a plane once. Well, I did have a connection, so I guess twice, but you definitely get what you pay for with some things. Here's a blast from the past, International Clothers, where you could get a tuxedo for $100. All right, so that's the other entrance. BSW Beauty Supply. I thought there was a Walmart attached. That looks like it might not actually be connected to the mall. It's connected to an office tower. Well, their website didn't say Walmart was one of the stores in the mall. Looks like there's a walkway connecting to those apartments. This must be Walmart. I could have sworn I saw somewhere online that it was connected. There's someone who likes to buy a lot of gasoline. Well, if I missed something, let me know down in the comments. I guess if you're into plane spotting, having an east-facing balcony or even a west-facing balcony might be kind of neat in that building. You have planes making their final approach to Pearson and almost directly overhead. Oop, I tried to put the camera on zoom. I don't know if the camera can see that one. Often planes will kind of fly north of here and circle around the area where Canada's Wonderland is. Easy Home, dentist, financial services, Popeyes. So we found Walmart. I just kind of figured it would have been connected. Huh. Well, what I'm gonna do is make my way just south of Highway 400 and do a video down Jane Street covering a stretch that I've wanted to cover for a while but haven't yet got around to doing. You'll be able to find that on the channel either a day before or a day after this was uploaded. I also did a live stream just before this walking north up Jane Street. I made my way from High Park over to Bloor and Jane and I walked north. I didn't see this connected to the mall either, this Food Basics. It's not very convenient. If you're a fan of Caribbean cuisine, you're in the right part of town. But to people wanting to catch the bus like I do, this parking lot is pretty pedestrian hostile.
Nowadays I'm lost between the shores.
Just clear a path and hope you don't get run over. That is it for This neighborhood, Oakdale, Beverly Heights, and North York Sheridan Mall. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure some people will share some stories in the comments who grew up in the area, of their experiences here and going to the mall. It's always enjoyable to read those. But if you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. I'm gonna go hop on a 35B bus, which fortunately is very frequent. What's this guy doing? Sorry. Okay. Wait for the next southbound Jane Street bus, which looks like it's about to roll in. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.